How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video. As the year slowly comes to an end, we hope that everyone is doing well. This time we talk about the top 10 worst, most disappointing, and controversial anime series and films of 2022. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to know when another video is up. Without further ado, let's hop into our top 10. Vampire in the Garden. Humans and vampires. You can probably guess what happens, right? Momo, a human soldier, bonds with Fine, the queen of the vampires. Both of them are targeted as they embark on a journey to find a paradise where humans and vampires can coexist. Although the show had impressive animation, it only aired 5 episodes in total, and viewers think that it's too short for this anime. Due to this, world building pretty much became non-existent. Some watchers say that it felt too rushed. Some details in the plot are completely illogical, like the vampires killing humans to the point their food supply will eventually become extinct. But in the end, I think we should give this anime a chance if ever its sequel gets more episodes. Being the most hyped anime of this year, Chainsaw Man definitely deserves credit for its wonderful animation and plotline. But some viewers might not just agree. Some anime lovers can't help but think that this anime is overhyped by the anime community and the Chainsaw Man fandom. There was a discourse within this anime's fandom where manga readers kept trashing on some anime-only fans for simply admiring the characters and the plot. Talk about Killjoy, right? Produced by Studio Mappa that famously produced Jujutsu Kaisen, some think that the animation is stiff compared to its equivalent scene in the original manga. But nonetheless, it's still an enjoyable watch. Well, if you don't participate in its fandom. Coming up at 8th is I'm the Villainess So I'm Taming the Final Boss, which we highly recommend to shoujo anime lovers. The premise of this show is really good. A woman reincarnates into an otome game and she has to prevent her impending death by courting the final boss of the game. The story is full of fun twists and turns, but this is also where the problem lies. The pacing of the story is very bad, as if the writers are rushing to include all 4 volumes of the novel into a 12-episode anime. Things are going way too fast by the time the anime reached its 2nd arc. The novel is full of intricate details that the anime failed to include, making the characters boring and almost emotionless. Emotional build-up is disregarded as well, as characters immediately move onto another scene after a tear-jerking moment. Needless to say, the characters are still very fun and interesting, but we think that the producers could have done a better job at the pacing. Next, we have Makoto Shinkai Suzume. The story revolves around a high school girl and a man as they go together in tandem to prevent a series of disasters across Japan. It is thought by other watchers as just another Your Name-esque movie. Animation-wise, it is, but plot-wise, things get a bit weird. We feel like Shinkai attempted to make it feel like a Ghibli movie by turning the male character into a chair. Yes, a chair. A writer for the Anime News Network found the plot structure to be similar to other Makoto Shinkai works, making Suzume more predictable. However, despite the weird twist, people seem to love it. The film grossed about 7.59 billion yen or $55.66 million in Japan as of December 5, 2022. We would like to know what do you think of Makoto Shinkai's works. Is it getting repetitive, or is he offering something new every time? Comment down below and what you guys think. The next disappointing anime is She Professed Herself Pupil of the Wise Man. This one is definitely disappointing in terms of production. The premise of this one is that a terrifying veteran mage named Dunbalf, deemed to be the strongest player in the online game Arc Earth Online, became a cute girl after unknowingly purchasing a cosmetic kit that customizes his appearance. In a nutshell, an old man transforms into an anime girl. This anime is hated by some because the CGI is very bad and awkward, as seen here. Additionally, the story was quite a mess, with key plot elements being skipped and unnecessary details being added, never to be mentioned again. In the end, this anime is just another generic isekai. Shikimori is not just a cutie started off as strong in the first episodes, but it got boring real quick. The protagonist, Izumi Yu, has terrible luck, but good thing he has his girlfriend Shikimori to rescue him. All the time. Izumi's character got bland really quick because of his main trait of being unlucky. Because of this, the events became repetitive, with Shikimori displaying her cool side episode after episode. In the end, we think that this anime can pass as a comic or a gag series, but if you plan to watch it because of its non-existent storyline, just try looking for other ones. Like in our top 10 new romance anime video. Our next anime is an anime adaptation of its game, Girls Frontline. Simply put, Doll's Frontline involves androids revolting against humans. The story has been described as boring and predictable, especially by the fans of the original game. It is not immersive and it is illogical as well, because why would the government make their soldier robots sexy and cute? There were several plot holes and characters who were not introduced enough. The characters are pretty generic as well and were not worth remembering. Doll's Frontline is definitely a missed opportunity for sci-fi lovers. Coming up at third is Tomodachi Game. A group of friends gets dragged into a mysterious game called Tomodachi Game, where they participate in a variety of psychological games, ultimately testing their friendship. Technically, it's a lot like the Netflix hit Squid Game, but it's made into an anime. The timeline of events leading up to the kidnapping of the group is quite weird. It started off when the class savings for a field trip gets stolen, and then only the select few were kidnapped. The characters in the show were underwhelming as well. They were first introduced as these important characters with split personalities, but in the end, they were just boring people with no development whatsoever. Furthermore, the doll CG is very weird and out of place. Not to mention, the main character is a borderline sociopath who acted like a chunibyo, or someone with a middle school syndrome. If you're looking for an anime to binge watch when you're bored, this one might be for you. However, when you want something realistic to say the least, you can just watch Alice in Borderland instead. Gathering a surprisingly low overall score of 6.9 out of 10 by more than 48,000 users in my anime list, Love of Kill made its way into the top disappointing anime of this year. What was believed to be a game-changing josei action romance anime became a lackluster and disappointing anime overall. Love of Kill is about a bounty hunter being involved with a mysterious creepy man. He is coincidentally the expert assassin the bounty hunter's company is pursuing. To begin, let's start with the production. For an action anime, The action scenes are quite wonky and not well choreographed, therefore removing the aspect of action. The amount of dialogues between the characters diminish the romance as well. The interactions between the male and the female lead lack the buildup of tension, which is vital in a romance anime. This anime is proof that a good premise and plot can be ruined by poor animation. If I were you, I'd read the manga instead and pretend that this anime adaptation does not exist. Gathering an even lower score than Love of Kill is the second season of The Rising of the Shield Hero. It got 6.56 out of 10 as voted by more than 181,000 users on MyAnimeList. It appears that fans are disappointed because the anime got old really quickly after the release of its second season. As expected, a common attribute with other animes in this list is the bad adaptation and poor CG. This season failed to retain the interesting aspects of the story, most importantly the characters. They became really boring, as if they are different characters as they were in the first season. This made it hard for fans to retain their interest in the story because it just became your typical generic isekai anime. Imagine waiting for 3 years to watch your favorite anime sequel having a bad storyline and disappointing pacing. You got our deepest sympathies, Rising of the Shield Hero fans. Well, that's it for our top 10 worst and most disappointing anime of 2022. Let us know if you have watched any of these series. Do you agree with our opinion? Make sure to voice out on what you guys think down in the comments. Also, be sure to like and subscribe. Your support goes a long way. It also cheers us up to make more content. Let's see each other again in another video. Thanks for watching!